Hey, how we doing, everybody? Titan Uprising here. Thank you for tuning in and watching the video. Please continue to like, share, subscribe. I'm at 95 subscribers right now. If you can get me to that triple digits, get me to the 100, I would very much appreciate it. I love doing this now. Never saw myself doing it, to be honest with you. And now that I do, I like it. I look forward to it. I like gathering the information and regurgitating it back out and sharing with you guys and hearing your thoughts and opinions. So I'll dive right into this one. DeAndre Hopkins. This is my third video about him. This one is after his visit, obviously. And, you know, he visited us on Sunday and Monday. Now, there's reports of him still being here Tuesday and then him arriving to New England later on, like Tuesday evening. Now, he seemed to enjoy his time here, and we've seen reports that, you know, everything went well, and, you know, he will see how things are going to go. And obviously he has to do his due diligence and see what other teams have to offer, even if we really did blow him away or make him say, wow, that's really hard to pass up. The worst and also the best thing that could happen is him going to another team. And I'm saying that because he could go to New England and say, wow, man, Tennessee was so much better. I'm done. I know where I want to go. Or he goes there and says, this is tough. New England's good too. And you got to remember, he never really had the ability to be a free agent or pick where he wanted to go. He got traded from Houston to Arizona. Never been a free agent before. This is probably his last big contract. You know, you got to figure 2-3 year deal, maybe averaging somewhere between 10-15 million a year, maybe more. We don't know. If we go off of the Beckham contract, 15 million a year. I don't think he's going to do a 1-year deal like Beckham did. I think he's going to do 2 or 3. So you got to figure this is his last big contract. You know, he'll be in his mid-30s after, you know, getting on the backside of 30 after, I should say. And, you know, it's not really good waters to be in for any NFL player. You know, once you get past 35, 36, it's not the greatest anymore. Not a lot of people can keep up with the game and play at an elite level. So this, like I said, it's got to be his last big contract. If he signs another one after this, probably a 1-year deal with a Super Bowl contender. And, you know, I don't know if that's what he's going for. If he picks us, the reason I say that, if he picks Tennessee, I don't really think we're Super Bowl contenders. I think we're Super Bowl contenders more so with him than we are without him. And I hope he would know that too, because that would obviously play a part in his decision. We are a receiver or two away from having a good offense. We had the new scheme coming in under Tim Kelly. Finally got rid of the ex-offensive coordinator in Downing. That's a huge, huge deal right there. And obviously us Titans fans know that more than anybody else. I don't see him going to New England and competing for even the division in New England. I really don't. You have Aaron Rodgers with the Jets. You have Tua with the Dolphins if he can stay healthy. And you have Josh Allen, the new Madden cover guy, with the Bills. Those are 3 solid teams. In my opinion, 3 playoff teams. I think 3 playoff teams come out of the East. They're all going to be maybe around 10 wins because they're so good. They're going to beat each other up a little bit. But they'll be around 10, 11 wins. New England, in my opinion, they're not a playoff team. They'll be hovering around 7 and 10. I just don't see it happening with New England, even with Hopkins. I don't have faith in Mac Jones. Someone could counter that argument and say they don't have faith in Ryan Tannehill for the Tennessee Titans. And I would understand that argument. I would argue Tannehill over Mac Jones, though. But I'm going to pull up on the screen here something that he posted on Instagram, and it shows him in some type of a limo, most likely by the Tennessee Titans, or owned by the Tennessee Titans, or rented by them, however you want to say that, because it has a picture of him on the screen in the vehicle, and it has the picture you can see here is DeAndre Hopkins in a Titans jersey, which is obviously altered, you know, because he's never worn a Titans jersey before. So this is, you know, done by the Titans media team. And it says, welcome to Nashville, DeAndre Hopkins. This I thought was pretty cool. I also think he had to have thought this was pretty cool to post it. I think he's enjoying the experience as well, posting things to Instagram and enjoying the process, right? Like I said, it's first time being a free agent. This would be cool for any of us. Just imagine, you know, you go apply for a new job somewhere and they're trying to really get you to come on board, and you hop in the company's limo and they say, welcome, Chris, to this company. And I'm like, wow, this is cool. And they, you know, imagine what else they did for him. You know, Tennessee's pretty tight-lipped on everything, so, you know, we don't hear much. But he did have another post, and it appeared that he was at Nissan Stadium at the CMA Fest, and it appeared he was in some type of suite because he was pretty high up, and he recorded it and tagged country singer Tim McGraw, who was performing at that event, the CMA Fest. So far we know that he had been picked up in some type of Titans limousine with a nice screen that welcomed him in. He went to go to Nissan Stadium, where he will potentially play at, to see a country concert by one of the biggest country stars there is, in Tim McGraw. And then my third one here, and I will pop this up on the screen. Bam Rich is a drummer musician, and I will read what it says here. It says, Bam Rich, a drummer / musician, told 104.5 that Hopkins was at his gig on Monday. He said, man, Nashville's a vibe. It's really a vibe, bro. I didn't even know y'all was down here living like this, said Bam Rich. Bam Rich said he told Hopkins that the Titans need him in the wide receiver room, to which Hopkins responded, man, we're going to see what's up, bro. So we have people recruiting this guy. Obviously, he stops down there, sees Bam Rich. Bam Rich is recruiting him. We know if Simmons recruiting him. I'm sure Henry has. Obviously, him coming to Tennessee, I'm sure he talked to other players, visit the facility, the whole 9 yards. So I really am not surprised that he had a good visit. I'm not surprised at all that he had a good visit. I'd be shocked if I heard he didn't. A lot of players say they want to come here play for Vrabel, and I'll never forget Mahomes saying he wants to do that. And hey, guys, there's a chance that we need Mahomes down the road at some point, even if he's later on in his career, to bring us a ring home at some point. The guy's going to be a solid quarterback for who knows how long. Unless we find our franchise quarterback soon, and hopefully it's Levis, there's a chance in 10 years, if Mahomes isn't there anymore and they try to get rid of him, that he might end up playing here. Who knows? If Vrabel's still here, it'll be crazy to see what happens in 10 years. Hopefully we have a ring by then, guys, and that doesn't have to happen. So we have the three things there, everybody. Tennessee that we know of. Tennessee welcomed him in with a limo, him visiting a country concert, and then him visiting Bam Rich. So, and just in my experience, if that was me doing those things, I'd have a pretty good time. And that's all we know of. You know, like I said, Titans are pretty tight-lipped on everything. So we don't know what else happened. We can just assume and speculate and guess. But I think we have the players to draw him in. I really do. Derrick Henry, Jeffrey Simmons, Kevin Byard. You can argue that Simmons is the second best player at his position behind Aaron Donald. He might even be starting to eclipse Aaron Donald. I like to see what Aaron Donald does this year. He's getting older. Simmons is coming into his own. Just got his contract. He's going to ball out. And then you have Derrick Henry. I would argue he is the best running back in the NFL. I will argue that all day. Kevin Byard, I would argue he is the best free safety. Some people might say Budda Baker. I can understand that too. Some people might say Minkah Fitzpatrick. I could say that. If you want to just talk safeties in general, we can get, increase that list a little bit more. But I would say those are the top three safeties right now. But I would say Byard is the #1 safety. And I would argue that. So you got to say we have top positions or top players at the positions on different sides, right? One on offense, two on the defense side of the ball. Remember, Hopkins wants to play for a defensive championship, a team that can win a championship on the defensive side of the ball, a defensive powerhouse, a team that can go to the Super Bowl based on their defense, because he's seen defenses matter. We have that defense. We're getting Harold Landry back. We're getting healthy. Guys, we have the defense. That's a really strong case for Hopkins right there, in my opinion. That would be for me. If I play on the offensive side of the ball, you can only control so much. If you're on the offensive side of the ball, you go down and score a touchdown. And you're like, yeah, we're up by 7. Then next thing you know, 5 plays later, their other offense goes down and scores a freaking touchdown right after. Jeez. It's, what are you going to do? I'd be pissed, right? I just scored a touchdown. You guys go, you let one up. We just got the lead. Now we got to go back and get it again. Hopkins has seen that side of football numerous times. I'm not surprised. Remember that lead that they had against the Chiefs? Remember that? When he was in Houston. Yeah. He remembers. So I get why he wants that. We have the head coach, obviously, to lure him in here. Vrabel, players coach. We have the offensive coordinator that he's familiar with in Tim Kelly. We have a great owner, in my opinion. I think we have one of the best owners. Love her, Miss Amy. And then we have a good new GM who also seems to be about the players like Vrabel is. So we have leadership that's all about the players and management that's all about the players. That's good. Players appreciate that, especially a guy like Hopkins that is in the later part of his career. We have a state-of-the-art facility. We're building a new stadium in 5 years. No state income taxes. The only downside, and I've said this earlier, is the quarterback. You can argue Tannehill is top 15. I would not say he's top 10. I think we've seen his peak, but you also got to remember Downing. I wonder how much that really played into him having bad years. Could have been a lot. I think that we'll find out, but my opinion is that it was a lot. That Downing really dragged down Tannehill. Now, I would love to see Levis come in and, usurp Tannehill. Don't see it happening, but I'd love to see it happen. And that's another reason maybe Hopkins might want to come in here. Maybe it's not because of Tannehill. Maybe it's because of a young quarterback like Will Levis with a big arm that can make the throws, throw it quick, get it in tight windows. He needs to improve on his accuracy, but he has the arm strength to do it. He has the athleticism to do it. We have possibly a franchise quarterback down the road. That's our case here, guys. If I was Tennessee, that's what I would be saying to him. We have the defense. We have a rebuilt offensive line. We have a young gun in Burks. We have a slot in Phillips. We have a good tight end duo there with Josh Weil and Chig. Got Henry back there. Got Tannehill for now. We got Levis that might take over next year, maybe later in this year. Maybe he beats him out. We have good pieces. And, we can't elaborate enough on the defense, how good this defense is and will be. That's our case. I think that's why what they said to him, and obviously, the other stuff, the contract, we don't know what that's like. We'd have to maybe re-sign somebody or extend somebody to move some money around. My dream scenario is we sign DeAndre Hopkins and then we extend Henry for another 2 years and push his contract out, maybe 3 years. That is what I would love to see. I just want to know that Henry's here for the next few years and I have to worry about him not being here next year. He's my favorite Titan of all time. Love the guy. So that's what I think the case was for him. We'll see how he feels when he goes to New England and what they can offer. And we'll see if we get the same kind of reports that, he had a good visit there. We'll hear something, I'm sure. We'll see what he's posting on Instagram and his stories and everything as well. If he doesn't post that much, and in my opinion, he didn't really do too much. For me anyways, my social media in general, if I'm doing something, I'm like, this is cool or this is fun, I take a Snapchat or Instagram story or something to show. He was excited. That's what he did. That's what people do now. So if he doesn't do that, I will say he's not as interested in New England or not as impressed. That's what my interpretation will be. We will see in the next couple days. And let me know what you guys think down below. Do you want him here? What price do you want him at? I've said this before. I want 3 years, $45 million. I think that'd be fair. I would love for it to be under, but I think that would definitely get him in here with 30 to 35 guaranteed. Obviously front loading that and having an opt-out option for year 3 or year 2. Most likely be year 3 with that type of contract. Get out clean, just owing a little bit of dead money. And what do you guys think? What if you were a free agent? This is a good question too. If you were a free agent, what would entice you to come to Tennessee? Be honest. You're not going to, especially if you're a wide receiver, you're not going to say Ryan Tannehill. Don't lie. You're not going to say that. What would make you want to play for the Tennessee Titans? Obviously, you're a fan, but think real about this. I've been thinking about it too. Nice weather, state income taxes. There's none. New stadium coming up, great defense, things I pointed out, great owner, great coach. Those are things I think if I were an NFL player, I would really consider and want, and that would make me excited to come to that team. So let me know what you guys think down below. And before I let you guys go, there is one thing I added, and I do think, and I've said this before, I think Treylon Burks is going to have a breakout year 2, especially if we get Hopkins. I think Hopkins can show him a thing or two. I believe Hopkins will take away pressure from Treylon Burks as well, and I think he'll do nothing but speed up Treylon Burks' development, even though I think he's going to take that leap anyways. But I got a little signed mini helmet here, and this is a Flash one. It's a little different, alternate helmet. I actually don't mind this helmet. I wouldn't mind if we wore one. Interested to see the Oilers one this year. I hope we wear them against the Texans. So it has Treylon Burks' signature right there. And then it has the Beckett QR code and the Beckett symbol as well. And I did scan that code, and it's legit. So this is pretty cool. I don't usually do things like this with rookies, so made me a little nervous, but I have confidence in him. I really do. Happy I didn't get anything for A.J. Brown because that would have broke my heart. It's close. I was really close to doing that. I didn't do it. Usually I wait to get somebody's jersey or a helmet or something until second contracts, and I didn't do that with Simmons either. But, I'm going to keep adding to this behind me as I keep going. I'll keep filling it up, and I think it's cool. I love this stuff. I'm a Titans fan. I can talk about them all day. So let me know what you guys think. Also, if you have anything cool, please post it. Let me know what it is. Where'd you get it? Is there anything that you had that's unique? I find that stuff very interesting. Like my King Henry bobblehead, that's actually limited. My wife got me that. Actually, she was my fiance at the time on her bachelorette party in Nashville, and she got me that. And that's one of my favorite things. And then the helmet as well, that's my favorite. But that's really cool because it's limited. And it's numbered. And I think that's just so cool. Really a lot of detail on that. I think I've shown you guys before, but in case no one's seen this before in a previous video, I was like, you know what? Why not? Just pull it down and show you. So here it is. You can see the little crowns and the jewels in there, and this sword I think actually comes out, but the hand comes out. That's right, the hand comes out. And I could have kept this in the box, and I'm not like that. I want to see it. I want to play with it. I want to touch it. I want it out and about. And this thing is just sharp. Look at the detail on that chair. And if I remember correctly, underneath, it is 502 of 2021, if you guys can see that. That's pretty cool. That is really cool. 502 of 2021. I won't forget that number now, but you can see the bobble. Well, like I said, I think this thing's sharp. I love this type of stuff. Put that down right here so I don't drop it. So comment down below, guys. Let me know what you think, and we'll talk soon. Tighten up, everybody. Bye.